Hi everyone, Max here, and this is Criminal Cards episode 2 part 1. You may be wondering why this is called episode 2 part 1. That's because there will be an episode 2 part 2. Okay, that's that out the way. Now you may be wondering why there will be a part 1 and 2 to this episode. That's because I thought I'd bring you a bonus video tomorrow, because last week I did not bring out a second video. So to compensate for that, I will give you a bonus one tomorrow, and that will be part 2. But for this part, I will show you a trick called the switch and then explain to you how it's done. And for part 2, if that is out at this moment, there will be a link in the top, in that corner right there. So that I'll leave that there the whole time, so that you can just click on it whenever you want. Okay. This is called the switch. So for this trick, you can get the spectator to choose any card, but just in this case, let's just take the top one. Okay, the 8 of clubs. With the 8 of clubs, all we're going to do is put it straight into the deck like that. Okay, so you can also spectate to push that in. They can do so like that. Now, with a snap and a wave, their card that they chose suddenly pops back to the top. That's pretty cool, okay, but that's only the first part to this trick. The next part is even better. You ask the spectator to hold out their hand. I will then place the 8 of clubs in their hand like so. They can then cover it with the other hand, but I'll just place it down here right now. Okay, so if the 8 is here, okay, I'm going to enlist the help of the 10 of hearts right there. Okay, and it's very simple what I'm going to do with the 10 of hearts. With the 10 of hearts, all I'm going to do is wave it over the 8, give it a little rub, and they're going to switch, because now I have the 8, which means that you must have the 10. Okay, I really like that trick. It's really simple, guys, and I will now explain how it's done. Okay, of course, this trick, well, there are many ways to do this trick, but the way I prefer is by using duplicate cards. Now, I personally don't like tricks, generally when you have, like, double-sided tape and, trick cards and stuff, but I think it's worth getting duplicate cards from another deck, obviously of the same color, because otherwise it won't work. And you can just pick any 2 cards. I just chose the 8 of clubs and the 10 of hearts. It's good if you get a black card and a red card, just contrasts well. You can also use face cards if you like. These are just from other decks. I didn't actually specifically buy these. Okay, so the setup that you want to have, you can have them, well, you want the card that you want to start off with, so the card that you want to hide in the deck, on the bottom of the pack, so there. You then want the different card on top of that, then you want the duplicate card of the first one on top of that, and then the last of that one there. So that when you then flip it over, the card that you want to hide in the deck in the first place is the 8, well, is that, the 8 in this case, and then the 10, and then they alternate, basically. So from the top, well, from the top, 8, 10, 8, 10. You place that on the top of the deck. You can have them. You can force the 8 if you like to make it seem like a free choice. I'm not very good at the classic force when just spread through, so personally I just have it on the top. You then say you really do show the 8, and you say, okay, we're going to start with the 8 of clubs. They go, yeah, okay, fine. You can give it to them to hold. They can make sure it's not a double lift, and you can tell them to push it in like that. They really do push it in since there is a duplicate card. So they then push it into the middle. That is now lost, and you don't use it for the rest of the trick. You then wave, and you can snap your fingers, anything to just distract them enough so that you can just get a double lift with a pinky break. Okay. If you don't know how to do double lifts, I'll have a link to that video right here, so just go check that out. Okay, so once you have your pinky break, you then do a double lift, okay, to make it look like the 8 has just come back to the top. Whoops. To make it look like that the 8 just came back to the top, whereas there's actually the 10 underneath. So that when you then say, okay, oh crap, so that when you then say, when you have your double lift, like so, and you show the 8 as jump back to the top, and then you turn it back around, this is now the 10. So what you're actually putting in the hand is one of the 10s, right there. Okay. What you then say is you then do a second double lift, okay, and you show the 10, whereas the 8 is actually right there. So this is the duplicate card of what they have in their hand. They don't know that, so you then just turn it around, place it back. So I'm going to take the 10, I'm just going to rub it, and the duplicate card of the 8, which was in the pack, which you showed earlier, you can reveal that they have switched, and this will seem impossible because they know that they were holding the 8, or they think they know. But what's even more impressive is that they saw you holding the 10 in your hand. So when you were in this situation and you did your double lift, they saw you holding the 10 in your hand. And they saw that. So when you did your double lift and you turn them around, how could that 10, even if you actually say we did take up the 10, by rubbing it, how could they actually have switched? And that's what really puzzles them. So yeah, guys, that is a pretty good trick. I like it, and that was Criminal Cards Part 1. Thanks for watching, and Part 2 will be out tomorrow.